Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. And as mentioned, the National Days calendar really outlines a lot for every single day of April, as well as for the entire month rather. I mean, you name it, there's probably some sort of dedicated observance for it. So we're going to go ahead and dive into what we can expect in the coming weeks. So there's actually a lot to break down here because according to nationaldaycalendar.com, the month of April is celebrating a lot. It's National Brunch Month, which is a great opportunity to enjoy not breakfast, not lunch, but brunch. And that a brunch has a lot to offer, which is usually things like French toast, pancakes, waffles, and other breaded dishes like maybe burgers or even sandwiches. And something that may go well with your brunch could be a cup of tea, but for the month of April, maybe wait to indulge until the afternoon because April is National Afternoon Tea Month. So this is your chance to try out different types of teas and try out adding different things in your tea, like strawberries or maybe sugar cubes. And on a more serious note, April also marks the National Alcohol Awareness Month. This means that it's a good idea to be a bit extra aware of your own responsible consumption, as well as share as such with others. Now, it also says that it's National English Language Month, and I know for me, I think I'm pretty good at English, spelling and grammar, but there are so many words in the English language that can honestly just be kind of tricky to either pronounce or to remember what they regard. Take the word nonplussed, for example. A lot of people look at the prefix non as meaning not, and then they misuse the word in situations meaning unfazed or uninterested. But the site says it actually means bewildered or at a loss of what to think. And there are a lot of words like that with either a double meaning or just a bit of a confusing one. The site also says that if you've been going through, just a tough time, not to worry. April is all about inspiration and just positive things coming your way. National Month of Hope means that we're all supposed to look on the bright side of things, and it means that we're also supposed to, just lean on each other for hope. That can include volunteering, donating, or lending a hand to someone in need, basically just being that chain of hope in our community. So if you take part in spreading hope, or if you're just feeling it, then be sure to share your experience on social media using the hashtag National Month of Hope. I mean, people spread all kinds of positivity online. Things like, hope in the form of good, feel-good and inspirational stories, and sometimes even tips. Tidbits that can really help make others make their lives a little bit easier. Actually, we had the chance to take part in that right now because we've got some tips on how to make, sure that you're filing your taxes is just a better overall experience. Take a look.
Yeah, let's start preparing yourself, for the tax season by getting all your documents together. Be expecting those letters from the IRS, especially if you got those advance payments. You should be getting a letter, so try to get those together as soon as possible. We can definitely start calculating, our income, our expenses, our donations, anything we have to be able to help you for your taxes, start calculating all that stuff, together. One of the most things that I think is important is on the new credit that's going to come up, the advanced child tax credit, that even if you're not required to file, you still qualify for that credit. And the credit is up to $3,600. You want to, try get an estimate on your taxes. The sooner you know what you're at rather than later, so that way you can have more time to pay just in case you do have a balance due. Yes, most definitely. They did increase the income max level. You can qualify for the EITC for the credit. So it went up like $5,600. So now you can earn up to $21,000 and you could qualify for the credit at 19. Yeah, all the college students, usually they get a form from the college. Make sure to bring that in. It's a 1098T form. Be expecting that also. You can also ask for it at the college. Yes, definitely. It's a whole lot of changes this coming year. So be prepared. Like I said, come in early, get your estimate, done soon, so that way you can know where you stand.
And we've also got some health tips for you. You see, there are actually a lot of triggers when it comes to heart disease that maybe we're just not too well informed about. But it could save our lives just knowing these things. So we went ahead and learned from environmental specialist Douglas Mulhall, talking about some things that we can keep in mind. Dr. Mulhall says in natureoflongevity.com that toxic metals are actually a really big trigger when it comes to heart disease. And this is something that maybe most of us don't really naturally, just come into contact with every day. He says that when we buy certified organic foods, it can help keep our pesticides and artificial fertilizers that, just have heavy metals in them. And that even though organic isn't foolproof, it's better than non-organic. So it's just something to think about, And infections are something that can also have a big impact on heart disease. Nowadays, more of us are more cautious, about washing our hands and just practicing good overall hygiene, but there's always room for improvement, right? He says that a lot of infections start with hand contact and, of course, in our mouths. So we have to make sure to get checked regularly for certain infections. And this is definitely one that surprised me. Apparently, chronic noise can have a negative impact on heart disease. I noticed it, with certain stomach issues that I have, but I never would have guessed, that it could be connected to our overall heart as well. It's really interesting. See, Dr. Mulhall says that especially if you live in a noisy area, then you may want to consider having soundproofing installed in your windows and your doors for this reason. Or maybe just move your bedroom to a quieter part of your house so that, your body isn't just as stressed out. And noise pollution can come in all forms. So maybe just try noise canceling headphones too. Everyone's different, so you never really know what'll work for you and just improve your health. Of course, we all know that our nutrition is probably the first thing that we look at when it comes to our health. And it's super important not to be overlooked. Dr. Mulhall says that the right diet depends on each individual, but usually anti-inflammatory foods are a pretty good bet. He says that there are actually a lot of good books out there that just talk about how a plant-based diet can just really be a great resource as well. Of course, improving one's diet would come along with things like, regular exercise and other healthy habits just to improve our overall heart disease, health and, just have overall well-being. And you might have realized throughout life that stress really messes up our mental and physical state too. Dr. Mulhall says that emotional stress is in fact the number 5 trigger that can affect heart disease. So try to just think of different coping techniques to help you get, a better handle on things so that you can be calm. He says that on top of exercise, we can all fight stress with good nutrition and boost our serotonin and dopamine production, which will of course help us live longer, healthier, and happier lives. And be sure to check to share your experience with us on social media too, because we love keeping up with you as much as we love to for you to keep up with us. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at what you've been thinking about what our team has been up to. Now, Our Valley Por Vida director, Jesse Hernandez, actually recently celebrated a birthday, and we were so happy to have been able to celebrate with him at the TV station. And we posted it, about it, and everyone asked us to spread well wishes his way. Facebook user FishingGuy25 asked us to tell him happy B-Day, and Facebook user Fiona Ramirez wanted us to share that she hopes that he has a great day. So thank you both so much for your comments. All right, well, that's all the time we have for now. Thanks again so much for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again next time because we'll have so much more in store for you. But for now, please don't forget to follow our Valley Por Vida team on social media for exclusive behind-the-scenes sneak peeks at what we're filming for the show, and of course, for your chance at your comment or even your question to be featured on air. And of course, you can always visit valleycentral.com to rewatch some of today's favorite segments. We've got all of that and so much more next time on Valley Por Vida. We'll see you then.